I think I checked when I was doing my thumbnail and I saw it was at 44. Yeah, 44% for Jack. Like, everyone's kind of missing like 1 CG or 2 CGs because I assume the true route, but that's still a lot. But yeah, we're doing the bad end today. I remembered this face. I saw it when he was behind a cell. Now I had to see it again when he stood freely. Jack was content, worryingly so. I didn't want to see him like this, with this dignified countenance. Ooh, I kind of like this song. What are your thoughts of Jack's route so far, by the way, other than too damn long? I feel like there's less moments spent with Jack. Like, I feel like the whole route is kind of like Emily being like, oh, Jack, my little baby, he did nothing wrong. But like, you don't get many moments with Jack to really make that hit in a way that like Akechi. Like, for example, Akechi. Like, I felt like Emily spent a lot more time with Akechi to kind of explain her way of how she feels. But with Jack, it's kind of like they just kind of established, like, yeah, they were pen pals before this happened. And, like, I would not be surprised if they shared some, like, personal stuff that's why Emily feels close to him. But we don't really see that. We don't really see a lot of their, like, pen palness. Like, I don't know. Maybe it would have been better if they had, like, an extra scene of, like, them exchanging letters before all this stuff happened. But then again, it'd make it even longer. So, I don't know. Yeah, off-screen romance in the romance game. Yeah, also good luck on your new hustle. Thank you. Okay, so I'm not crazy then feeling this way. Yeah, it would have been nice to actually see their letters. Damn, yeah. I think that's why Jack's route, like, I'm just like, why is this everyone's favorite route? Because I saw, like, a lot of people, like, really like this route, and I'm like, Akechi is still my favorite route. So far, my rankings are Akechi, Holmes, Jack, Watson, and honestly, Jack and Watson are doing tango. I mean, Jack isn't as frustrating as Watson, which is why I put it above Watson. But I also feel like Watson had better romance than Jack, and considering that this is a romance game, that's kind of, you know, maybe they just like plot shrugs, I guess. I didn't want to see how he looked as he accepted his own death. Jack, you're not... My heart skipped a beat. That's rough considering we hated the romance in Watson, sure. Like, at least he had romance. Holmes was fine, but what the fuck was everything after Lupin? Yeah, I am the force. She is the rat. And here he was. He had escaped his cell, and if he so willed it, he could avoid it. But he wasn't a dishonest person by his very nature. I like how the game just kind of came out during Holmes' route and was like, yeah, you turned into like a dumbass after you dated Emily. My voice lowered to a whisper to control the unease. You're not planning to send yourself off with him, are you? When did I say that? No more of that voice. He followed this with faint laughter and a poor attempt to comfort me. What followed was silence, and so I looked up at the moon, which glimmered fiercely through the fog. Perhaps it would soon begin to lift. To be continued. So this should be the bad ending title here, right? Honor immortalized.
久しぶりですね、先輩。
Well, well, ain't seen your mug in a while. But it's not a pleasant night for a romantic stroll now, is it?
ブラッドリ
Bradley, I did have a sense there was something disagreeable sneaking about, so you followed us. God, I can never. I hate British accents.
ああ、気配を探るのは簡単でしたよ。ちょっと鈍ったんじゃないですか？
This is another reason why Jack gets some points minus, because I'll like catch myself reading shit in his room and I'm like, oh god, why do they have to use British? And I hate British people. Sure did. Don't talk much to find you with your skills lacking.
そうかよ。けど鈍ったのはそっちだろ。以前なら俺が来る前に喉をやってたんじゃないのか。
I would say the same of you. What happened to the Bradley who had a throat cut before I arrived?
それより、
So you're Miss Whiteley, ain't you? I seen you mind yourself bait to draw me out. Yes, and I've done just that. That's good and funny. You dwarfs are all so blind to the way the world really works that you boast your ignorance.
まあ、自己満足
I do kind of like doing Bradley's voice though. It sounds so dumb. But if it makes you feel like a good gal, I won't deny the fantasy. And I'll have a good time ripping you anyway, judging by your face. A silver flicker caught my attention near the bottom of his sleeve. I can barely hear you, bro. Get behind me, Emily. He means to target you first. Be careful.
やれるだけやる。
I will. You won't get the best of me. I complied, and as I moved into the background, Jack stepped before me to face our common enemy. Jesus Christ, Jack, just get a gun, I swear to God. You should have took one of Pendleton's guns.
おい、あそこだ。
Look, up there!
あれはミスホワイト。
That's Miss Wortley and Jack Miller's.
彼はロンドン
Wait, he should be locked up in the Tower of London. What in God's name is he doing here?
さあな。
I don't know. I can only assume he's broken free of his cell, but he was on the top floor.
もう一人は
That other boy has a knife in his possession.
やは
So
り
there is more than one Ripper.
それはどうでしょうか。ジャック・ミラーズは彼女をミス・ホワイトリーをかばっているのでは。
I wouldn't be quick to jump to conclusions. From where I'm standing, Jack Millers is trying to protect Miss Whiteley.
私もそう思うが、彼女が危険なことには変わり
What? I can't argue that, but whether he is or isn't doesn't change that she's in danger.
ミス・ホワイトリーを無事に保護。その後、あの少年二人を取り押さえろ。
Rescue Miss Whiteley and apprehend those boys.
優先すべきはミス・ホワイトリーの安全だ。
Prioritize her safety above all else. Why would he see a knife and think, oh, so there are two Rippers? I mean, because she's trying to lure out the Ripper?
残りの者はドーセットストリートを囲む区画をすべて封鎖しろ。
All remaining officers, seal off the area around Dorset Street.
は
Sir! And so I watched the officers of Scotland Yard disperse.
なんやさん。
Can I come with you, Ryan? They're both very dear friends of mine.
わかりました。
Of course, with me then. Are you sure this isn't a conflict of interest, Ryan?
ありがとうございます。
Thanks!
僕の母親も娼婦だった。名前も知らないけどね。僕のように町に捨てられた子供たちがさらに貧しい子供を作る。
Me mum was one too, you knew. Never learnt her name. Just as well a poor. abandoned child like myself was only brought here to fucking have more like me. Oh, so that's why he kills prostitutes.
堕落の象徴に僕は天罰を下しているだけだよ。
Wars are the art of depravity. All I'm doing is granting them divine punishment.
ロンドンが恐怖に沈んだら皆は思うだろう。
And when London is plunged into the depths of fear, the masses will all turn their cogs aside, are they?
警察がもっと有能なら、女王がもっと有能なら、ロンドンはこんなことにはならなかったって。
If only the police weren't so adept in it. I can't read British. If only Her Majesty wasn't so inept. London ain't never have been what it's turned into today. God, I hate reading this. The police inept. But Revis, I mean, he's kinda onto something actually. Let him cook. Let him cook.
でも自分は安全なところにいて言いたいこと言うだけのやつばかりだ。だけど
The whole country is full of themselves. They complain about this, complain about nonsense, complain about the police's ineptitude, whilst they sit in complete security. And who gave them that security?
この街で
Calling a completely normal word British as your excuse for not being able to read is fucking fascinating. Listen, it's cause my brain is scrambled trying to read British and then I read a word and I'm like, Just how many officers still spend their nights and risk their lives to protect them? Jack narrowed the distance between him and Bradley.
へえ、そうか。
Aw, forgot how you dream of being a copper. That's the only thing he said that wasn't fucking stupid. Jack, stop defending the police.
だから任務とは
Oh, the mean you was when you got to Tent Arrington, even if it weren't for more than a mission. Shut up!
だけど無理なんだよ。お前は所詮貧民街のゴミだめから生まれたゴミだめの子だからな。
Piffle, babe. Shan't ever be a door you can step through, because you're a worthless child born from a rubbish apron slum. And me calling him babe?
飢えて乾いたお前を拾って育ててくれた大佐を恩知らずにお前は殺した。
Colonel Morin finds ye hungry in parts, so he rides ye as his own, and you go twist a knife in his back. I know.
気が
I changed my mind. I should bloomin' well kill you
お前
first.
から始末してやる。
That's gonna be your downfall, Bradley.
大佐を殺した罪。
A sinner for killing. Wait, no, this is bad end, so maybe you should do that actually.
お前は全部償えばいい。
A sinner for killing the colonel, a sinner for not killing her, a sinner for being born into this filthy, squalid hole. It ain't too late to atone, so let me help you.
最初からそうすればよかったんだ。
This is how it should have been from the start. The first move was Jack's, who swung his iron claws aggressively downwards at Bradley's feet.
甘いね。
You too predictable. A cab, a cab, a cab. Bradley's knife glided across Jack's throat, parting his skin at a clean arch from ear to ear. The blade cleaved through the air, and a similar arch did his blood spray. What? What have I seen? I couldn't understand it. The scene played out much too fast. I'd been reduced to some unspeaking bystander from the shock. Jack made no noise following the attack. The only indication of awareness were his eyes, wide open, but they were soon dull. No!
息巻いてた割にはこんなもんか。
He talked awfully big. Yeah, that was the best he could do. Bradley, elated beyond measure, went to target the body that had collapsed amongst its own splatter. It was only by some grace of God, perhaps, that this last act of desecration would not be done. A thunderous noise drowned all other sound. The noise brought me back to my senses as I turned to see the police firing all at once towards a single target, Bradley. This ain't a warning shot this time, right? He was riddled with bullets in an instant. Without so much as a cry, he slumped to the ground. It was an anticlimactic death, fitting for a boy of his horrific infamy. No, I think he should have killed Emily too. In some cruel, twisted line of thinking, it was as if Jack's own murder was the signal to fire. Rip, bozo. No. I merely continued to stand. Emily! Are you alright? Yes. I'm alright. Boo. Where the fuck is the Emily death? Boo. Yeah, give us both of them dead. This is supposed to be the route with like a bunch of bad endings. Called like Wretched End. I ain't seeing a lot of wretched ends here. Pit checks? Yeah, a lot more endings of Jack taking the L compared to Emily, right? I would have thought it'd be something more similar to like Ukyo's route. I tried to appeal to Watson, the tragedy I had seen in front of me. But it was too late to do anything about it. What remained of the scene were two bodies. First, a corpse that seemed more red holes than skin. Yeah, there were two. You already got them. My greed knows no bounds. I want more. This is the ill-fated one, and they always end pretty much status quo. Don't know what you guys are expecting. Yeah, I want more dead bodies. I want a corpse party. The second, Jack. A person, a human, who had been denied the closure of parting words. Jack, open your eyes! Oh God, please, Jack! Watson, you're a trainee doctor, aren't you? Please help him! I beg you, save him! Emily, it's too late. I kneeled next to Jack's body and clung to it. It was warm, no different to how it was when he was still alive. He wouldn't move again. I didn't want to believe such a thing as I held him, but this heat would turn cold in time. Save him? With what? Yeah, he didn't exactly, like, bring a tourniquet or anything with him, I don't think. Why, Jack? Is this... Was this what you broke free for? It can't be. For him, this was more important than anything. If he could save you, then he was satisfied. Think of how much he struggled for it. Jack fulfilled the one thing he needed the most. I know it's hard, but go easy on the man. I knew what he said was right. Jack had indeed kept true to his word. The price for this was a body that would no longer move, with no place for my frustrations. I needed only to accept the good that came of it. I mean, I don't know about that. Jack, you saved me. You saved all of London. Freed us from fear. I mean, there still is like an evil group. He never did confess to the beef eaters about the rest of the group. Thank you. And goodbye, Jack. Emily, the intense serial killer apologist. Night passed into a day. I kept closely to my routine, morning paper in hand, and read its contents aloud for Pendleton to hear. Jack the Ripper returns to hell. His last moments were near Miller's Court on Dorset Street. Ouch. Around 2 a.m., a man brandishing a knife appeared and was subsequently shot down by Scotland Yard's Inspector Lestrade and brave officers under his command. This latest hunt was considered a success due to the assistance of Emily Whiteley, heiress of House Whiteley, a former target of Jack the Ripper's. The Yard did regret the loss of one young man of unknown origins, reportedly acting to save Miss Whiteley during a direct confrontation with the Ripper. Wait, are they fucking reporting this as if Bradley was trying to save her? This is a bit different to how I remember things. And treating Jack so dismissively doesn't sit right with me. Agreed. The Holmeses and Watson played a significant role in the operation as well, but as far as this paper is concerned, the real heroes would, as is natural, be the police. If Jack weren't there, I wouldn't be here. This music is so loud. And the police would not have found the Ripper without him, certainly. Jack was the one who saved me, just as he said he would. I placed the newspaper back on the table. As I did, Alicia approached with news.
お嬢様、お客様がお見えです。ご友人のホームズ様とワトソン様ですが。
My lady, you have visitors. Your friends, Masters Holmes and Watson.
ええ。お通しして。
Please, let them inside.
はい。
As you wish.
元気かい?
Emily, how are you doing? I feel like shit. The newspaper made my boyfriend look like he was trying to kill me.
ええ。大丈夫よ。どうしたの？こんな時間に。
I'm as well as I can be at any rate. What brings you two here so early? I would have thought more positively and figured the man who died was referring to Jack, but they already pointed fingers at Jack as the Ripper, so blah.
いや、こんな朝早くからすまない。ワトソン君が君が心配
My
だと。
apologies for troubling you this morning. Watson wouldn't stop jabbering on and on about how worried he was for you, you see. Holmes, you didn't need to say that.
そんな
Well,
わけで。
there it
君の
is.
屋敷まで
We then boarded a cab to come home. You're both sweet.
だったの。
Thank you.
せっかくだから。
Since you're here, would you two like some of Pendleton's custard tarts?
いや、遠慮して
No,
おこう。
thank you.
僕たちも
Miss Hudson baked a mountain of ginger nuts just last night, and we've had more than our share.
ハドソンも
She seemed to have it in her head that we might not come home alive.
命を落とすかもしれないって思ったらしいんだ。それで
So she spent the whole night sobbing her face raw, eating dough by the oven, and to take her mind off of it.
ハドソンったら。
Oh, the poor dear.
それでレストレード警部から君への伝言があるんだ。
right then. We've got a message for you from the inspector, Emily. Do you? What is it? Oh, hi there, Neon! Hello, hello!
一応ジャック・ミラーズの葬式を執り行うって。
Jack's funeral will be held tomorrow, so if we'd like, we can send him off to heaven. Tomorrow then? Yes, I shall be there.
ああ、頼むよ。ジャックの養父とも
And we finally get an ending where Emily makes good choices.
縁がね。
Well, not really. But Jack and Bradley are dead. Thought you'd say that. No one's been able to locate his father, and we don't know much about who he associates with outside of school. He was his friend, and I owe him my life. Oh my god, Emily. Finish your sentences. I absolutely want a chance to pay my last respects.
よかった。じゃあ、
Bummer.
正午ハイゲート墓地へ来てくれ。
Yeah, and then like it got reported as Jack being the one trying to kill her when he was trying to save her from the guy. Happy to hear it. Come to Highgate Cemetery at noon tomorrow then. Thank you. Will you two be attending also?
当然だ。
Of course we will.
じゃあ
We gotta stop the
事件の
people from
後始末もあ
throwing
るし
eggs at his
じゃあ
grave.
もう行くよ。
Now we've got some work to attend to relating to the case, so we'll be going. Jack died a hero, but like all good heroes, he's not bulletproof. That's more like Bradley. Bradley's the one that got reported in the newspaper as like trying to protect Emily, and then he got shot by the police. Alright, it was lovely to see you. The next day was Sunday. I arrived at Highgate Cemetery.
ここにジャック・ミラーズの冥福を祈る。
We're gathered here today to pray for Jack Millers.
彼はこの
He
世の
may now
疲れを
ease his weary bones
神の御
and
国へ
journey to the
旅立つ
kingdom of heaven. Yorokobe Shonen.
どうか安らかに
Forever may he rest in peace. This was followed by a reading from the Bible, whilst those present offered their prayers. Each of us carried white flowers, which we then lay atop his casket. There were few in attendance. Holmes, Watson, Pendleton, and I made 4. Mr. Mackenzie and our schoolmates added a bit more to that. I did hear of the attempts made to reach his father, but these were made without success. The last group to complete the funeral were several police officers who lined up in front of his gravestone. Oh, KK Slider ass music. I bore no ill will towards them, yet I couldn't help but think of how Jack contributed the most of anyone in this case, how the world would never know. I keep coming into the London streams a little late, and it's always some crazy stuff going on with Emily being oddly chipper about everything. Yep. It must be funny to just kind of like jump into these streams, just kind of randomly. Be like, what the fuck happened since the last time I was here? Oh, salute to Jack Miller's bravery. And so they did, with a unified clicking of their heels and elegant motions, which paid no less respect to Jack than it would have to one of their own. Inspector, I'm so pleased you've come. Hi, what did I miss? Jack died! Hi, Twy! Jack got fucking murdered. I wouldn't miss it. Jack Millers is a guilty man in some respects. Still, we could learn a lot from the courage and wisdom he showed in doing what he believed to be right to the very end. Jack the Ripped. Yeah, Rip Jack. Rest in pieces, my guy. In the end, it was our inadequate response which spawned so many deaths. Yeah, you could say that again. I don't speak of only those who lost their lives to the Ripper. Those who were suspected of crimes they did not commit and tormented by their peers. Those who feared stepping outside their homes. Jack the Rip. Those who came to distrust their friends and loved ones. In a sense, all of London bears scars from this affair. We are all victims. It's times like those when trusting one another is a difficult thing to do. It takes more courage than most realize. Are you gassing me up? Courage you displayed without hesitation, Miss Whiteley, and your belief in him gave the same courage to us all. Oh, no. To believe in him is hardly a noble act. None of this game happens if Jack didn't look like a creepy weirdo for 90% of his appearances. That one meme of like a long book and then a short book with the short book being Jack if he locked the fuck in. Not when you compare it to what he did. You mustn't dismiss your role in this. Your belief led to your protection, which further led to the protection of our city. Never forget that. And we shan't forget it either, I swear to it. Well, if you'll excuse me, I must be returning to my patrols. Please do. Good day, Inspector. Emily being bashful at her homie's funeral is the type of stuff I live for. I love her. She will never lock in. Well, at least someone loves her. As they had done before for Jack, the officers paid us a kind salute. We did the same, clumsy as ours may have been. The last guy that loved her died, so you better be careful, Neon. An hour passed since the funeral began, and this afternoon, Sunday remained clear, weathered and bright. His last day on Earth came with peace. I would not forget Jack Millers. The days will pass, but heroism will live on. And so will the heroine. Can I skip? Thank you. Alright, let's get the good ending now. Oh, can I not jump back from here? Go from here. I'm fine with dying as long as Emily puts me in the ground and lets me down one last time. Okay, now we're actually gonna offer flowers to their graves. You saved too late. I thought you did. Yeah. I wasn't sure if I could do like the backwards button for it or not. May you safely reach the kingdom of heaven. I placed one of the white roses where her body had been before clasping my hands in prayer. Pendleton and the men of Scotland Yard cautiously kept watch over my surroundings as I did. I was afraid, absolutely. My nerves had been racked to a point where I dared not to strain them further, but knowing Jack was near gave me faith. He was among my guardians. What strength knowing this sent me. What courage! And then I'm gonna skip forward a bit. May you safely reach the kingdom of heaven. I placed down a rose and prayed. This enclosed yard was weighted down by an eerie silence. The scene of horror, which had long been cleared away, still made itself known in this way, this miserable atmosphere. My heart thudded violently when I tried to imagine it, and even more when I tried to dismiss these imaginings. But I could carry this weight, for I knew Jack was watching over me. Alright. May you safely reach the kingdom of heaven. I placed down a rose and I prayed with all my heart for her soul. The fear I felt in this moment wanted to consume me, but I fought to deny it. I told myself, how did she feel as death overcame her? I was grateful not to understand. I had the men of Scotland Yard, Pendleton, and Jack to thank for that. Will the police actually lock the fuck in for this? Maybe. May you safely reach the kingdom of heaven. I placed a white rose where her body had been and prayed in earnest. It was a cold night in the East End, so terribly cold in fact, that my hands were growing numb from our walk. Jack, did you know how much knowing you were there strengthened me? Alright. I guess it's because she doesn't think about Jack when she's running. That's why she gets the bad ending. May you safely reach the kingdom of heaven, because she doesn't trust in him to save her, I guess. I stretched my hand out to place a white rose in the corner of the room. Okay, and then Jack comes and he runs away with her. When I looked back down, I was startled by a silhouette of a robed figure standing at the opposite end of the roof. A boy's voice broke the silence. Well, ain't seen your mug in a while. But it's not a pleasant night for a romantic. But it's not a romantic night for a romantic stroll now, is it? His face was shadowed beneath the hood of his robe, but the shape of his figure was small and delicate. A blink of an eye and that small figure could easily be gone with the weather. Bradley, I did have a sense there was something disagreeable sneaking about, so you followed us. Sure did. Almost lost sight too, nearly did, thanks to the church bells ringing and causing me focus to go wry. I shan't speak no more on the subject. You're Miss Whiteley, ain't ye? I seen you more as if bait to draw me out. You sure nothing changed between those? Like the dialogue here? Are you Jack the Ripper then? In the flesh. I wasn't going to chance showing myself off initially. Bradley stepped closer to us in a slow manner. Like, did you skip or did I miss something? Yeah, we skipped. We skipped since I saw red text. Which it was basically just Jack running away with Emily. Like that one CG of them walking through the fog. It was kind of just that scene. How sweet it is of you, a tough living in this fine situation, to put your life on the line for the poor. Tugs at me, it does. I have a mind to prize you for it. Rather, I would if it wasn't all a show to satisfy your vainglory. Whatever ad you believe it. Wait, what? Whatever ad you believe it'd be easy to corner me. A silver flicker caught my attention near the bottom of his sleeve. Get behind me, Emily. He won't pass the time with me if he can target you first. Jack reached his hand out in front of me. This monster, a child in red, would chase so long as I breathed. I had neither the knowledge nor adroitness to fend myself against him. I would have been foolish to think otherwise. I had faith then that Jack could do what I couldn't. Also, did you guys see the new, like, Discord, like, layout? I don't know if it's rolled out for everyone yet. Jack, stay safe, please. Yeah. It's annoying because whenever I like pull up a game now, it gives me like a, you want to display the Discord overlay? And I'm like, no, I do not. I like it, but I think I'm in the minority. Then, oh wait, there's an option to turn that off. I will turn it off later then. Jack, stay safe, please. Elio, yes. What a lofty request. I won't ignore it. I complied, and as I moved into the background, Jack stepped before me to face our common enemy. They just turned it back on because it's improved or whatever. Yeah, it's presumably the same thing you turned off the first time the game overlay existed. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, why is this coming up now? Yeah, it's kind of fun. I like my UI tuning? Bradley, are you doing this on the professor's orders? Oh, Chunky.
当然のことじゃない。組織の存続のために目撃者を始末するなんて。
Not in particular, but you should admit, it's just common sense, My witnesses must be done away with so the organization can flourish.
むしろ娼婦殺しは僕が進んでやってることだ。
Except the horse, butchering those whores was all me.
この犯行は僕の復讐の始まりに過ぎない。
I should bring them all, reckoning they won't soon forget.
この町の娼婦を1500人殺すと犯行声明を出したのはお前なのか？
Then it was you who put out the letter about killing 1,500 prostitutes?
ああ、そうだよ。まあ、お前の筆跡に似せたから世間はお前だと思ったんだ。
Yes, and quite proud of it too. Almost a shame I penned it in your soil, so no one knew it's me.
貧しい娼婦たちは酒に溺れて新たな貧民を作り出してきた。
God, this guy. We live in a place flush with penniless whores who drink their minds rotten, play loose to fuck strangers, and bring about more penniless swords who ain't never asked to be born. Okay, that was not what he said in Japanese, though. What did he... That sounded way too short for it to be that.
僕の母親も娼婦だった。名前も知らないけどね。僕のように町に捨てられた子供たちがさらに貧しい子供をさ。
Me mum was one you knew. Never learnt a name, just as well. A poor abandoned child like myself was only brought here to fucking have more like me.
堕落の象徴に僕は天罰を下しているだけだよ。
Whores are the eye of depravity. All I'm doing is granting them divine punishment. Okay, what did he say for
貧
this?
しい娼婦たちは酒に溺れて新たな貧民を作り出してきた。
I guess he kinda said that. It's a bit more wordy in English.
ロンドンが恐怖に沈んだ。皆は思うだろう。
And when London is plunged into the depths of fear, masses all turn the cogs aside, my lay.
警察がもっと有能なら、女王がもっと有能なら、ロンドンはこんなことにはならなかったって。
If only the police wasn't so inept. If only Your Majesty wasn't so inept. London ain't never have been what it's turned into today.
警察が無能。バカなこと言うな。
The police inept? What rubbish.
どこに行っても自分は安全なところにいて言いたいこと言うだけのやつばかりだ。だけど
Oh my god, don't be a police apologist, dude. The whole country's full of themselves. They complain about this, complain about nonsense, complain about the police's ineptitude while they sit in complete security. You gave them that security. Definitely not the police, bro. Just how many officers still spend their nights and risk their lives to protect them? He wanted to be one. Jack loses points for being a police apologist in both endings. Jack narrowed the distance between him and Bradley. Imagine being a serial killer and gassing up the police. Couldn't be me. I forgot how you dream of being a copper. Whatever the menu was when you got to attend Arrington, even if it weren't for more than a mission. Japanese morals kicked into Jack real suddenly. Shut up! Pitiful babe. Shan't ever be a door you can step through. Because you're a worthless child born from a rubbish ape in a slum. Konomorian finds ye, hungry in pots, so he wise ye as his own. And you go twist a knife in his back. I changed my mind. I shall damn well kill you first. A sinner for killing the colonel, a sinner for not killing her, a sinner for being born in this filthy squalid hole. Ain't too late to atone, so let me help you. That's how it should have been from the start. The first move was Jack's, who swung his iron claws aggressively downwards at Bradley's feet. What is this? Serial killer. Calm. Police apologist. Panic. So true. That all? All strength, no skill? In turn, Bradley drew closer, fear non-existent, delivering his knife in a single hastened stroke that caused Jack to stifle his breath. That won't work. The only thing the blade touched was a small part of Jack's coat. It was a game of dodge and strike, stepping forwards and stepping back. The darkness made for excellent cover no matter where they moved, and they were both adept at using it. As I thought it would, the fog did indeed lift. I strained my eyes to look below and, to my surprise, I immediately met eyes with several officers scanning the rooftops. Holmes and Watson were present as well. Look! Up there! That's Miss Whiteley and Jack Miller's. Why, he should be locked up in the Tower of London. What in God's name is he doing here? Well, I don't know. I can only assume he's broken free of his cell, but he was on the top floor. That other boy has a knife in his possession, so there is more than one Ripper.
それはどうでしょうか。ジャック・ミラーズは彼女をミス・ホワイトリーをかばっているのでは。
I wouldn't be quick to jump to conclusions. From where I'm standing, Jack Millers is trying to protect Miss Whiteley.
私もそう思うが、彼女が危険なことには変わりない。
I can't argue that, but whether he is or isn't doesn't change that she's in danger.
ミス・ホワイトリーを無事に保護。その後、あの少年2人を取り押さえろ。
Rescue Miss Whiteley and apprehend those boys.
優先すべきはミス・ホワイトリーの
Prioritize her safety above all else.
残りの者はドーセットストリートを囲む区画をすべて封鎖しろ。
All remaining officers, seal off the area around Dorset Street. Sir! So I watched the officers of Scotland Yard disperse. And see the scary movie White Woman in Trouble scene? Oh, hey there, Crystal! Oh my gosh, it's Bun Bun! my gosh, it's Crystal! Hello! I come with you, Ryan. They're both very dear friends of mine.
わかりました。ついてきてください。
Of course. With me, then.
ありがとうございます。
Thanks! The police are coming. They hurried upwards to us in an organized fashion. My footing on the rooftop had become a bit unstable in time, and though I struggled, seeing more in our ranks came to the rescue, lightened my unease. If you see DMs from me, it's nothing crazy. Just more crazed cookie yaoi rambling. Oh, let's go. Oh, thank you for the hydrate and the head pats, Crystal. My footing on the rooftop had become a bit unstable in time, and though I struggled, seeing more in our ranks came to the rescue, lightened my unease. I'm not the only one that hears this song and thinks of like a Fire Emblem song, right? It's no time at all before they poured along the rooftop from the very same staircase Jack and I had used.
こちらへ。
Emily, this way!
遅くなってすみませんでした。
We didn't mean to take so long.
困りますね。勝手なことされちゃ。
This won't do. You stay out of this. Riley would not have his prey escape. His attention shifted from Jack to me.
彼女は僕の勝利の証人になってもらう予定だったんだから。まあ、その次にどうせ殺すんですけどね。
I need the lady E as a witness to my victory. I should give her a good ripping after as one does.
それとも、そんなに先に殺されたいんですか？それでも構いませんけど。
Oh, would ye perhaps fancy being killed first? 'Cause I can arrange that. The fear that froze me before had seized hold of me again. Watch out! Ooh, that's a nice CG. I love the colors. If there's one thing this game does really well, it's the CGs. Tend to look really nice. I mean, there are some hit or miss CGs, but they all tend to have really pretty composition. The knife swiped with my throat as the target. I could see it coming closer, stretching to absorb my view, no matter how wide my eyes grew in fear. But I was saved as Jack rushed to pull me close to him. Did you get hurt? Big fan of Marple CG. The one Marple CG that she gets. I'm fine. I'm fine. You gone stupid on me, Bradley? I thought I made it plain that this is between you and me. Turn down the music a bit more. Can you guys still hear the music? It's just because I could barely hear Jack's VA. Jack's eyes were inflamed with anger. Yes? Okay, cool. Yeah, still hear it. Okay, cool. Jack is the Crimson Chin here. Sharp as his hand blades. Oh my god. The Crimson Chin. Jack's eyes were inflamed with anger. Are you hurt, Emily? Get her away from me! See to it she's safe! Here comes the Crimson Chin! Of course! This way, Emily. Hi. Yes, sir. I turned to meet Ryan. Jim Corper, this ain't your business. Hello, they ain't your business either. Bradley, who once moved with a ferocious, spontaneous elegance at the start of his encounter with Jack, now stumbled and swayed, but not from fatigue. My instincts left me more curious than afraid. Weird detail, the Crimson Chin theme is almost exactly the same as the level completion music for Mario Galaxy. What? By the way, did you find a good sponsor? I didn't look around too much on Stream Elements just yet, because I still haven't had my taxes done. My cousin says she's gonna do it this week, but she still has not told me when she's gonna do it. Now let me take a look. I see a Dragon Ball Z ripoff. Here, chat. You can choose what one I take on. Puzzles and Survival, Raid Shadow Legends, Rise of Kingdoms, King of Avalon, Matchington Mansion, Best Fiends, Royal Match, Matchmasters, Realms of Pixel, which literally just looks like a Dragon Ball ripoff, New Dark Epoch, Legend of Mushroom, AFK Journey, not doing HelloFresh, Factor 75, but isn't Factor 75 just HelloFresh? Tiger Orb Y? Let's fucking go. Do you want me to take on the Dragon Ball? Why don't you just set up your treat stream again before you do anything else? Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna take it on during stream. Bradley, who once moved with a ferocious, spontaneous elegance at the start of his encounter with Jack, now stumbled and swayed, but not from fatigue. My instincts left me more curious than afraid. Meh, I had Raid installed before, and me and Twy had AFK, I think. It's probably not those. Man, why can't I hear anyone's voices now? He's so uncertain on his feet. What happened? He moved with such speed before. Could it be drugs? Elixir, perhaps? What are you looking at? Bradley tossed a knife in my direction. I did flinch, but it missed by a significant distance. It embedded itself on the roof, hitting no one. With no follow-up encounter, I took advantage of the opening and was led by Ryan away from the scene. My lady, I'm so glad you're alright. To see the genuine reflection upon his face was a great comfort to me. Yeah, that was the reason we removed it, but I think it was just like a case of like one person kind of like, I'm not saying what experience they had isn't valid, but I think upon reflection it might have been a bit exaggerated about like the doxing thing, especially because it's only been, as far as I know, like one case. And kind of everyone just kind of was like, yeah, I'm disabling my tweet stream. That makes sense, yeah. Yeah, because like everyone on Twitter was talking about it, but there was only like really one person, as far as I know, that had that happen to them. But Pendleton, please, save Jack. He's fighting the Ripper and all alone. So I think I might make another treat stream account this time instead of delete it. Keep it deleted. Yes, I know. I've seen it all from down here. He was quick to respond to my concerns. I will assist him, so fear not. The Ripper has made himself known to us tonight. It makes for a perfect opportunity to dispose of him. Ah, but I see Holmes and Watson are here to assist him as well. Oh my! When I last looked to the rooftop, Jack was alone. Now, he was accompanied by two more figures, Holmes to his left and Watson to his right. The police are also ascending the stairs to corner him.
当然です。彼らも今まで命をかけてこの事件を追っていたのです。
Of course they are. Each of them has risked his life to pursue this case, and now the end is in sight.
ジャックの願いは我々と同じだったのですから。
Right now, we all wish for the same thing Jack does. Oh, Bun Bun, your 1-bit heart video was amazing. Oh, thank you! Yeah, I saw your comment. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching.
私はここでお嬢様をお守りしても大丈夫そうでしょうか。
Yeah, the next video won't be as sad as that one was. I saw someone leave a comment like, I just wanted to put on background sounds. Now I'm depressed. Since he has so many helping hands that we may cave in the roof were we all to stand upon it, would you mind terribly if I amended my statement and stayed here to guard you? I mean, feel free to do your research. I googled around for more information. It doesn't even seem like anyone brings it up anymore. Yeah. Please do. Estrogen started making my emotions funky. Yeah, I heard that, like, whenever you start going on, like, hormones, like whether estrogen or testosterone, tends to fuck with you a bit at the start. Yeah, hi there, X36. That video gave me violent thoughts about people I never met or will meet. Oh, what's up with his eyes? I mean, I am for anything that helps Elio eat. Alright, I will add a treat stream. But I will be sure to look up to see if I can find anything. But if Dwarf wasn't able to find anything, I don't think I'll be able to find anything. And yeah, I definitely agree with that. And 100% with that too. Thank you guys for watching the video. I know it's probably one of the hardest videos to watch of the videos that I made. So the next one will be a bit more digestible. Nice work luring this monster out of the fog.
ナイフの形状も僕の想定通りだ。さて、あと何本ナイフを隠し持っているのか。
The shape of his knife is precisely in line with my suspicions. Now it's a matter of finding out how many more he has hidden in that robe. More digestible, edible videos. Nice. Yeah, my videos taste like strawberry. I hope you like it. Bah, where else did you come from? Holmes, Watson, I want to tell you to stay out of my way. But I could certainly use a nice lot of help. Can't handle him alone as he is. Can't handle him as he is alone. Everybody gets treats. I hate strawberry. Tastes like straws.
ジャック、君も素直に話せるんだな。
Crystal, I saw the Crimson Chin thing now. I can't unhear it. I rather like this honesty from you, Jack. You ought to try it more often. Oh, shut up.
へえ、光栄だね。けど、俺は連続殺人に男は混ぜたくないと思って。
Well then.
変更するしかない。
Finish your sentence, Bradley. Well Well then, I'm honored. Dear say, I didn't plan on fixing men in me murder spree. Why count myself a minimal sort?
今日ここで150人の
Tonight I shall murder 150 policemen, and I shall do so one at a time. So line up like good boys and wait your turns.
そんなわけないだろ
I'd sooner have you be the first in line.
お前だよ
Bradley's expression shifted to repulsed anger. He left any calculative intent behind for wild slashing in any direction he would pin his weapon.
これで
Ready? Say hello to Lucifer for me. He hurled the knife in his hand. Absolute cartoon character antagonist.
そうはさせるか
That's enough of that! Watson, having no fear of how weakly it had been thrown, swung his arm to block it. Its aim was so indirect that he received no scratch. You bag of shit!
今だジャック
Now, track! Jack had used the moment to take Bradley and restrain him with Holmes's assistance. Had Jack wanted, or could, as he very much wanted, he could have made this Bradley's final moments, but doing so now would deem Watson and Holmes accomplices. They were good, honest men. They and the police were good, honest people, living good, honest lives. How many times are you gonna say good, honest? In his pausing, with the body of a boy he sought to kill beneath him, he thought first how none of them deserved to live with the label of murderer. Would he have lived the childhood he was given if he could go back? If given the choice? Never ever would he have done it. And so he made the only choice he had, to not drag innocence into this ugliness he had come to know so well. Though Bradley had been subdued, victory on the side of the police was not absolute. Bradley was a monster in more ways than one, and his stamina limitless.
何をしてるんですか
What is it?
ほら
You can pierce me now, can't you?
ジャックお前は甘いんだよ
You really are soft order, Jack! Bradley showed no terror in the face of death, with wide eyes of pure ecstasy that stared unblinkingly at Jack. With another knife hidden along his wrist, he wrestled free just enough to take aim at Holmes's arm. The blade met its target, only a graze, but the loosening of Holmes's grip was all the boy needed. Bradley grabbed that same knife before it could fall and raised himself to target Jack's chest. Hi there, Sharon Carr! Welcome, welcome! Hi. Jack had not the time to expect this. Death was coming to him, dressed in red, and wearing a hellish smile. Instinct took play as he moved his arms in front of him. The knife was flung away. Without pause, Jack took aim at Bradley's heart in retaliation. And then he stopped. Just short of piercing through flesh, Jack was unmoving. Uh-oh.
だから言っただろジャックお前は甘いんだ
See? Much too soft, Jack.
弱くなりました
You've gotten so weak.
本当にがっかり
Pitiful sweet babe. He calls him babe and saucy Jack. Where is this guy? Without pause, he moved. Then he paused. Bradley reached toward this hand of Jack's to cradle it in a tender motion.
お前が羨ま
I
しい
give anything to save what
いい
you
仲
have.
間に出会って
To have what you have. Friends like you got. He gave the blades on Jack's claws a firm, decided squeeze.
ブラッドリー
He rammed the blades backwards into his own chest. Huh? So now you're just killing yourself, Bradley? Okay.
お前なんで
You... Why? 'Cause I ain't being took to a dark cell.
まビアだから
Bro, you should have just locked in instead of accepted death. Jack wanted to say something, anything, but nothing he said could mend a heart once pierced. He began to pull away in a dazed state. I don't know, it feels like he jumped to suicide a bit too quick. He realized he was cooked, would have done the same to save the aura points or whatever. As his eyes began to mist over, Bradley watched his wound, fascinated. The way his muscles teared and his insides throbbed introduced him to a focus that he never knew possible. His sockets pumped around his eyes, his nerves delivered pain to his nails, his teeth, his tongue. Jesus Christ, it was everywhere. And with the right atrium having been pierced, bright red blood sprayed. That it, Jack? You're so weak. What? No, that's for me. His knees buckled. Then why did you suicide, bro? Even Bradley agrees this route is too long. Professor, I did it in Saucy Jack, but it improper like I said I would. I mean, you didn't actually, but okay. What a miserable sight it is to see a boy reduced to a drugged hallucination. Holmes's own wound was a scratch. The blood only wet the fabric of his arm, posing no danger to him. Were you watching, sir? Look forward to tomorrow's paper. Do you remember the brew we had at the workhouse, Jack? He lifted his arm, a struggle on his part, and then he was gone. Once a boy and now a body like his victims, it swayed to the side, hitting the rooftop before tumbling to the ground with an unceremonious thud. And there it lay. You were such an idiot. That would be the last night the world heard of Jack... Wait. That would be the last night the world heard from Jack the Ripper. I ran up to him after he descended the stairs in a hurry. Oh, Emily. Oh, I'm glad you're alright. He wore for me a despondent smile. I can say the same to you! Why on earth did you break free just for me? So his whole my mama was a streetwalker so I don't like him. Really all we get as to why he went for prostitutes. Yep. I guess it's like she abandoned him and made him like work in a workhouse because I think him and Jack were both found at like a workhouse, like as a slaughterhouse, as like child labor, and that's when like Morin took them in. I guess that's why he like looks up to Morin so much. Why he's upset at Jack for killing him. But still, bro. No, his motivation was that his mom was a prostitute and abandoned him. So that's why he hates prostitutes. I could say the same. Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I read that. It doesn't matter. You'd best not touch me. Got all this blood on me. I don't want it getting on your pretty clothes. I can't believe this guy who is based off of a prostitute murderer with no established motive is murdering prostitutes with no established motive. Jack, my mom is a prostitute and abandoned me, so all prostitutes are the scum of the earth, clearly. The fog's coming back again. Seems as good a time as any to go.
ジャックを残して死ぬなんて後味悪いし。
I'm pleased I could end this. I would have hated to die before the Ripper. How can you be so foolish? Why do something so dangerous? He didn't answer. He turned away as if to leave for good, but I couldn't let that happen and grabbed his arm. I pulled him into the tightest hug my small frame could handle. I didn't care about the blood on his hair and skin.
おい、よせって言ったろ。汚いから。ほんと、お前も血だらけに。
Stop! I told you not to touch me. I'm filthy. The blood's gonna get on you. No, the guy based and named after the prostitute killer is actually a good guy, and he fought the real prostitute killer. Well, he's just Guy. But yeah, true.
汚くなんかないわ。大丈夫。それよりも。
You aren't filthy, and a little blood isn't going to hurt me. They kind of both are Jack the Rippers. And he loves cop. Yeah, I mean, they're still both based on Jack the Ripper. Yeah. Like, there's also that whole theory that, like, Jack the Rippers were, like, multiple people. Like, I remember, like, what was it? Didn't, like, Fate kind of do something like that with their representation of Jack the Ripper? I think they had, like, multiple different Jacks, right? Which one? Well, there were multiple, right? Like, one of them was, like, a representation that there are many. There are, like, many people that are Jack the Ripper. Berserker Jack is in a strange fate, and he's cool. And then there's the child. I still don't get why they did that design for fucking Jack the Ripper, but okay. I have heard that before, yes. I was hoping for a bit more fantasy, you know? What do you mean? This is Britain. This is magical. Gotcha money, no? Jack seemed unsure of what to do. His body became stiff. When he tried to wriggle away, I tightened my grip to keep him close. Yeah, I guess so. But, I don't know. I wouldn't pull for her. I don't like her design. Thank you, Jack, for being alive and for protecting me. You're, ジャックにこうしてまた会えて、私、とても嬉しいの。Being able to see you again makes me happier than words can describe. Sorry, didn't mean to kick up a fuss. It's alright. She was pretty strong in a few niche scenarios. You could put her clothes back on. Finally, he returned my embrace. Damn. Gotta wash those clothes later. I smelled iron strongly, but I was so grateful to hold him. He was so warm. Think she spooked me on some random shit-ass banner. Not like I was pulling to get her. Backstabbed. Thank you so much, God. Thank you so much for returning him to me. Even if it couldn't be forever.
ジャック
When Jack and I separated, I noticed the handcuffs the inspector held when he approached.
待ってください、警部。ブラッドリーは自分で自分のことを指しました。この僕が証明します。
Beg your pardon, Inspector. The Ripper was responsible for his own death. I saw it myself. I saw it too! He grabbed hold of Jack's hand and stabbed his own heart. Please believe us, Inspector! I couldn't see what transpired all that well, but what I could see was that he was indeed protecting you, Miss Whiteley. That said, we still need to bring him in for questioning. Well, maybe not these crimes, but I mean, he's definitely murdered people. You're not gonna talk about that, right? Must conclude beyond doubt that he has no involvement whatsoever in these crimes, especially since he's been proven to have a relationship with the true culprit. Could he not report to the station tomorrow? This is hardly the hour for children to be walking the streets. We have only seen him kill one person, and he kinda had it coming. Pendleton approached behind me, placing a protective hand atop my head. I wasn't fond of being treated like a child, but that was the reality. I was young, and an adult would be much more convincing in this situation than I ever could. You make a fine point. My men are exhausted from so many all-night patrols as well. Let's just hope he doesn't flee the country. If the head of House Whiteley ensures that he will report to Scotland Yard promptly tomorrow, then I find the arrangement agreeable. Inspector. I'm certain you all have plenty of catching up to do with your friend, but remember to get a fair amount of rest, too. And Jack, at exactly midday tomorrow, we'll be required to turn you over to the Tower of London. Do you understand? Oh, yes, sir, but I don't, have anywhere to stay tonight. You can stay at my house. We can finally get Ita. He seemed embarrassed to admit as much, though no one in his company thought ill of him for it. I say, why don't you stay with us? Our flat's small, but our landlady makes the meals, and... My lady, this bum is not tracking fucking blood into our house. Also, he might die tomorrow, and I don't care for the implications of that. What are you doing, Holmes? Holmes pinched and tugged mercilessly at Watson's cheek without sparing him a glance before facing Inspector Lestrade. It is a shame, Inspector, but we're in the midst of sorting through case files. The place is in shambles, leaving us with no extra rooms for guests. Oh, he's probably like... he's probably being like a fucking wingman or something. Being like, let him stay with Emily. Please, God, please have Ryan step up. Ryan is the best character in this game, after all. Might I suggest that he stays in one of the Whiteley Mansion's guest rooms? I hear that a certain meddlesome young woman has left its butler and maids parched for someone docile to look after. Ryan! NT Ryan! Gracious me, whatever could you be referring to? NTR, now time for Ryan. And after tonight's terrifying ordeal, I should think Miss Whiteley would benefit from having someone with whom she can converse. Holmes is being my wingman? What the fuck is this? Well, that's sorta then. Alright with you, Romeo? You still wrote me in and ask after the fact? How you suggest I say no?
の家でおもてなしします。
We'd love to welcome Jack. Do you have any objections, Inspector? I do! Ryan!
ああ、それがいい。そうなさい。
By all means, welcome in. I think it's a splendid idea.
俺には聞かないのかよ。
There's such a bloomin' thing as asking.
素直じゃないわね。うちでいいでしょ。
Oh, you needn't hide your feelings. I knew you'd be delighted to stay with me. You are, aren't you? Oh, I am. We boarded a coach to the mansion soon after bidding everyone a pleasant night. Upon our return, Jack was lavish with pampering left and right by the staff that sort of fed me. He did not respond well to it at first, though it was less out of dislike and more from being unaccustomed to such treatment. It was an endeavoring sort of way, entertaining to watch him adjust. My favorite reaction had come after he emerged from the bath. Girl, what? That bathtub is huge, Emily. I thought I was dreaming when I first saw it. Who's there 2 lamps down there? Why is there 2 lamps down there?
そう？でも落ち着くでしょ。
Is it? It's ever so relaxing to soak in. Oh, I liked it. And the food is excellent. You have finally convinced me you're a noblewoman. 2 lamps is rather strange, though. Why don't you put them on opposite sides of the room? Light up the place a bit more.
まあ、
Do you mean to say I don't act the part?
お父様らしくないって意味に聞こえるんだけど。
Rather, you act more like a boy, and when you see any old chap, rich, poor, whatever, you march straight up to him for a jolly chat. You're an unusual noblewoman, but I can appreciate how different a life you add to mine now.
そう？
Really? But I suppose you have a point. Mother and father left this mansion and everything in it to me. Honestly, Jack critiquing homes from the view of a murderer would rule. It's way too easy to sneak around in here. Move at least one of the lamps.
私は何不自由なく育ってきたんだわ。
They gave me a life of comfort, which has molded me to some extent. I can't know the pain of those who aren't as fortunate as I am by virtue of my birth. You should really change these locks over here. It's real easy to unlock this with a hairpin.
多分
I mean, have you ever watched that lawyer fellow on YouTube? It's really quite easy.
人生を歩んでいたかもしれないわね。
Perhaps it's silly, but it makes me wonder if perhaps Bradley would have been different were he born in different circumstances. You have zero sense of self-preservation. I like that in a girl. You ought to put something soft at the bottom of these stairs. You're 100% dead if you fall down these. Or, you know, if someone had a mind to push you. I knew this one fellow pushed his sister down the stairs.
ああ、そうかもしれないな。
Maybe. I suspect you're right.
ジャックは両親はいないの？
Do you not have parents, Jack? No, you really should cut down that tree in the backyard. Real easy for murderers to sneak up those. Jump in through your window.
ああ、
Maybe even down the chimney.
あいつとは同じような経歴でさ。もちろん親もなかったし、痩せこけ
As of like a few days ago. Nah.
通りで物乞いをしていた。
I don't. We grew up in the same troubles, Bradley and I. Was alone early on, so with no home, I did what other skinny and starved orphans do. Begged on the streets.
前に言ったっけ？
I think I said as much to you before.
小さい頃から両親はいないって。
It's something like that, yes. But you never said how you lost your parents. Was it illness? They were prostitutes.
で亡くなったの？
いや、俺は
No, was abandoned.
親に
Happens often enough for the poor, so don't mind it. I sat down next to Jack and took his hand. Years of misery had been etched into him. He said not to mind it, said it as though worrying was unnecessary if many knew that same misery, but how could I ignore it when it looked like it still hurt? Then, Jack, what led you to start doing what you did? Right, of course you'd ask. What to tell you, really?
それはお前には話しておく
Ducky, what the hell are these? Explain. Oh, maybe I shouldn't click it.
あんなことにまで巻き込んだんだから
It's not just that I thought. You deserve to know after all you've been through. It's a long answer. I'll have to start from when I was born. Unless they're real April 1st cookie spoilers. Oh, so they're cookies? What the Oh my god. Is that a fucking Phoenix Wright reference of the DL6 incident? What the fuck? He looked away and paused with distinct pregnancy, such that its weight could be felt on my shoulders. Excuse me? Pregnancy? Jack is pregnant? Tell me this game has shitpost art for April 1st. That's a real word. That's how I be looking at people too.
貧民街の叫び台の娼婦が酒場の樽の陰に捨てた赤ん坊
It begins with a child left to die between barrels of booze by a drunken prostitute, with only the shade to protect him. That child was me. Elio, do not.
やがて旧品員に拾われ俺は死ぬことは免れたがたとえ幼い子供でも食いぶちくらいは稼げとすぐに仕事を回された
But I didn't die. I'd been took to a workhouse instead, allowed to live on the condition I work. Young as I was, I needed to earn my keep.
そして小さな俺は来る日も来る日も朝早くから夜遅くまで狭い部屋でくるみの皮を剥くようになった
So I, just as small as can be, spent my days from dawn to the dead of night in a tiny room selling walnuts.
遠い国で戦争をしているイギリス軍の支給品になるって言われたけど小さな俺には戦争の意味もわからなかった
Supplies to the army fighting a war abroad, they said. Well, I don't understand it. I was a boy. No one ever told me what war was. This place is nuts!
小さな俺はいつも腹を減ら
Oh, hi there, Moggy! You just missed pregnant Jack.
市民の食事は水みたいな粥が一日一回出るだけだった
Well, I was always hungry. My meal was a watery gruel once a day.
栄養が足りないやつや病気のやつは旧品員の医務室でどんどん死んでいく
God damn it. Mpreg happened? Yeah. He said he viewed pregnant. What was it? It's not that long ago. Yeah, he looked away and paused with distinct pregnancy, such that its weight could be felt on my shoulders. He is conceiving. If that weren't enough for your health, or you happened to take ill, it was the symptory for you.
しばらくして旧品員でブラッドリーのやつと出会ったあいつとは席が隣だったし年も近かったからまあ話したよ
Well, I met Bradley at the workhouse, as it happens. He was sitting next to me, and we were of similar age, so we started to talk. He put his preg belly on Emily's shoulders, huh?
俺らはたとえどんなことをしてでもこんなところで終わらないって
Yeah, he wanted her to feel
俺の
what trimester he was on. We talked about how no matter what we had to do, we couldn't die in the workhouse. It was desperate as I was to get out. Well, I didn't have to wait long after for my wish to be granted. Did you run away together?
いや、その時、給品員から養子を取りたいと申し出ていた男がいた。
He's on the 20th trimester. No, it was then a man visited the workhouse. Came to say he wanted to adopt one of the children.
俺はその人の養子になった。厳しい人だったけど、生まれて初めて俺を褒めてくれた人だった。
Well, I was the one he chose. It was damn strict, but it was also the first person who would ever give me any bit of praise.
元軍人で武器の扱いに長けていた彼に、俺は武器の扱いを習った。
I learnt a lot from him. The man was a former soldier and knew his weapons, which he passed on to me.
しばらくして、養父は俺に素質を見出したのか、音を立てずに殺す方法を教えた。
It took time. Perhaps he's seen potential in me. When the time was right, he instructed me how to kill without making a sound.
俺も恩を返そうと必死で。いや、多分褒めてほしい一心で養父に従い結果を出すようになった。
Well, I wanted to repay my debt to him. Well, no, not debt. Well, I think I wanted him to praise me. Whatever the truth was, I obeyed his orders and produced results.
気づいてたんだ。養父は犯罪者なんだって。生活に必要な金も盗みや脅しで手に入れたものだって。
I did notice, mind, that me dad was a criminal who earned that money that fed us through theft and intimidation. He paused again and followed it with a sigh. The smile he gave to assure me was more natural than unnatural than true.
俺さ、笑うかもしれないけど、
No, you really should take that candle and put it somewhere else. Don't put it near any wood. It could catch on fire. You really are bad at decorating your mansion. Are all rich blokes like this? You can laugh if you want, but I wanted to be a policeman when I became a man.
笑わないわ。けど、どうして？
A murderer that wants to become a policeman? That's definitely never happened before. I wouldn't laugh at you. Why is that?
まだ給
I would laugh.
品員がある雨の夜にさ、
I thought about it on a rainy night before I lived in the workhouse. A drunkard attacked me, nearly killed me, but the patrolling officer ran to my aid.
巡回してた若い警官が助けてくれた。飢えて
I was skin and bones, more dirt than human, but he was angry on my behalf.
食い物を
When the danger was gone, he gave me a bit of his food. Oh, hi there, Semi! Elio, you're so cute. Hope the game is fun. Oh, thank you so much. Nice accent. Yeah, doing British accents is so hard for me. Yeah, how are you doing, Semi? Welcome, welcome.
近くの医者までおぶ
Might someone is back as he carried me to a local doctor.
誰もが
Please keep affirming him about that so I don't need to show up to cover for him. Oi. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Kamada. I did laugh one time when a guy I knew said he wanted to be a cop, and I told him I'd never speak to him again if he did. I'm okay. I just got home from the office, but still working. Listen to your precious self in the background. Oh, thank you. Good luck with your work. Oh, what? Thank you for the 59 biddies, too. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, no, I typoed. Oh. Yeah, I was gonna be like, I'm surprised Semi didn't do 69. Thank you for the 69 biddies, Semi. Nice. The world is over. Wait, someone is back as he carried me to a local doctor. I don't think he did, but I never talked to him again for other reasons.
見ず知らずのガキのためにそうするのが当然のように俺をかばってくれたんだ。
Well, I didn't know him, and he didn't know me. Yet, when I needed it, that officer helped me as though it were only the natural thing to do.
イーストエンドではみんな
Tomorrow's the last Nintendo Direct for the regular Switch before the Switch 2 official Direct. I just want F-Zero GX Remaster with online play. Let's hope we get something from F-Zero. That would be nice. I know we are getting a racing game. We're getting Mario Kart for sure. That wasn't natural as I understood it. In the East End, you do what you can to survive and do well with the rest.
だけど警官は市民を守るためには自分を犠牲にして動ける
But the police ain't like that. They're different. They take a bullet if it meant someone else could live. The Hail Mary is Silk Song because they updated the trademark information this week after 6 years. Lol. Why'd you say that? I mean, yeah, it's Silk Song. Nah, this is specifically Switch 1, so no new Mario Kart yet. Oh, okay. I thought they were gonna do like both Switch 1 and Switch 2 stuff, but I guess not. Yeah, because they said it's like, what, May? It's May for Switch 2 stuff, huh? How about you fucks make a new Fire Emblem? And we've been getting a lot of Xenoblade. We should get a new Fire Emblem soon.
駆け引きなしに
The only ones who look without
俺たち市民を
question to protect
真剣に守ってく
see.
れるのは
Oh my god, I can't read this. The only ones who look without question to protect secrecy, even us who ain't worth the bother, are the police. Did someone say Silk Song? Secrecy.
世間は
It was spelt differently,
警
okay?
察は何もしてくれないとか好きなこと言うけどさ
You iridescent folk talk nonsense about how they're a useless lot or how they don't do anything. No, it was not. It was not spelled normally. It had 2 E's. It had 2 E's in it. Wait, it ain't even secrecy. It's society. It's society. It ain't even secrecy. It's society. We're both wrong. Yeah, I want more anime characters to mash together and for the Fire Emblem fandom to hate a new game.
今回みたいに
Me, I'd sooner
どんな
argue
恐
the
ろしい事件
opposite.
が起こっても
They,
自分の命を惜しまず
They have cases as violent as the Rippers, and they still work it. They might not live, but they might save someone else by doing so. Why you play so many VNs when you can't read? No, it is not. That was spelled normal. You were just wrong. Okay, but I was a degree more correct.
何不自由なく生まれたのにさ俺らみたいな貧乏人を助けるために恐れることなく立ち向かえるなんて
It ain't hard for them to quit and live comfortably. And I won't fault them for it, but they still work to save the poor. Save someone like me. In my eyes, the character is to be commended. Are you spelling character like that? No. If we get any RPG, give me Golden Sun. Damn you, Nintendo. Yes. Yes, you're right. We're not getting Golden Sun. Camelot doesn't know how to make RPGs anymore. Jack let go of my hand to stand and stare out the window. Reality could be cruel. Jack was alone, left to starve, and saved by a thin margin by working for scraps. He escaped through his father, only to drift into a dark world that taught him murder. What reward has there been for him in living? I mean, I guess that makes sense, Jack. Whatever, buddy.
でもおかしいだろ
It's funny, ain't it?
警官に
Why I would want to be a policeman.
だなんて
Unless they make Golden Sun Golf.
全然
Even then, their latest golf game wasn't even that good.
ハリントン学園は
Not in the least. Harrington is filled with students who want to be policemen, detectives, all kinds of things. I'm so tired of like games with you needing to wait for like months for like add-on DLC, like free content for it to actually be good. I said I had to be Camelot, give it to Monolith. Monolith are busy. IDK. Monolith make weirdo games that are pretentious. And Golden Sun is kind of grounded and nostalgic. True. I don't know if it'd be possible, but I think Square could probably do a good job. If they want to. Like, give it to a third party like that. I was there to gather information for me dad. That's all. It's not my birthday, BSM! It's not my birthday! What? The idea wasn't to watch the students, but rather learn more about their families and ties to police. Monolith is busy hating money. Wait, what? Why does Monolith hate money? They just released Xenoblade X. Everyone wanted Xenoblade X. That was like the one game that was still only on the Wii U. Other than like Wonderful 101. Then you didn't try to make friends or address those spending those terrible rumors about you. I mean, they just put out cool robot game. Or, even if we became chums, I was a spy. I put the knife in their back soon enough. Or Hail Mary it and give me Baton Kaitos 3. Baton Kaitos was, Tri-Ace, right? That's another one that ain't making RPGs anymore. Oh wait, no, that's... Was it Tri-Ace? Or was it Monolith Soft? Was it both? Sorry, I was thinking of the Unicorn Overlord, guys. Why is Nintendo doing everything possible to make sure no one feels like they missed out not having a Wii U? I mean, I think it's fair. Try and give your games like a second life, because their first life definitely did not have any chances of succeeding. Baton Kaitos is Tri-Crescendo and Monolith Soft. Oh, okay. Yeah, because 10 people bought a Wii U. It should just make Wii U 2, the sequel. I saw some people being like, why didn't they call the Switch 2 like fucking... I saw some like really bad takes on like things to name like the Switch 2. Like variations of Switch or whatever, like, and I'm like, no, that's the exact reason the Wii U did not succeed. I think I saw people saying like, why didn't they name it Super Switch? And I'm like, because everyone would just think it's the OLED, you idiot. They need to name it Switch too. Where do you even go that you see bad takes? Comments on Nintendo's like videos? I shall admit though, that my time spent with you and the rest of that queer lot in class was fun. Switch 2 is because Wii U was a disaster name. Yeah, there's so many people that wanted it to be named Super Switch. I don't understand. They wanted to name it like Super Nintendo, like, Entertainment Switch so that it could be like the SNES. And I'm like, bro, that's dumb. Just name it Switch 2. He hadn't turned to face me, but I could see his soft smile from the reflection of the window. Just remake Star Fox Zero and make it not require the dogshit turret mode tablet thing be mandatory and just make it a regular Star Fox game. Too much work. Wanted to smile too, but he reminded me I needed to cherish those memories, as fond as they were for me, for those times were no longer. On earth do you read those? I don't know. Do you wish you could attend school again? They should name the Switch 2 the Wii U 4. Why 4? Where's 3? Well, I can wish, but it won't happen. Super Switch is kind of confusing. Yeah, it's super confusing. You would definitely see like moms and stuff just being like, oh, that's just like an improved version of the Switch. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy them a PlayStation 5 with no games. I can wish, but it won't happen. Hear me out. Nintendo Switch 4. So good they skipped the 3.
だけどあの人が俺を
If your Nintendo Switch is so good, where's the third one? Still, even if it was to suit his own ends, he was the one who allowed me to go to school. Should have called it Douglas. Nintendo Douglas. We named it after our best friend, Douglas. Everyone needs a Douglas in their lives. Through him, I can make some normal memories, make friends. Jack turned to me briefly before he looked off elsewhere. Super Switch would make people think it was the rumored Pro Switch. Yeah, definitely. And meet you. Yeah, the CEO is Doug Bowser. That last part was through a low, embarrassed sort of mumble, but I still caught what was said. My chest fluttered upon hearing it. They should do like Pokemon and have paired versions for the console. I could ask for greater expectations than what I had now. Jack was alive. He was here, with me. That was enough to overwhelm me. Anymore, I would hardly be able to contain myself. Alright, those April Fool's sprites are real, I guess. So the DL6 incident is real? Ain't no way that's not a Phoenix Wright reference. I dug my nails into my palms and turned away so as not to be defeated by the urge to cry. So, do you have a sweetheart? Or someone you wish was? Yeah. Oh, don't then. Dash it all. So the paired sequel of the Switch is the Nintendo top and the Nintendo bottom. What? Pardon? They should have named it Switch 0.5. Everyone expects a big improvement. No one expects a prequel. The question took me by surprise. What kind of question was that? That sounds like something Xbox would do. Right, that's quite the thing to ask. Switch Black 2 and Switch White 2. There's no particular reason. Yeah, how do you go from 360 to 1? Next console, Xbox Zero. We named it Zero because it's the beginning. It's gonna be the beginning of everything, and it's gonna make it even worse for people that like called the Xbox One, like now the Xbox X, but then they had to name it like Xbox Zero because there was an Xbox X and an Xbox One, and they have to like differentiate like the very first Xbox, not Xbox One, but the very first Xbox One. We should expect there to be someone with our schoolmates. Watson a fine fellow for one. Oh, hell no. And Holmes is always a real gentleman in front of you. I swear to God, if we don't get off this route before you switch games, I'm gonna end you. Can you lock the fuck in? Huh? Well, I wouldn't know. Your imagination's running wild. I think Xbox is quietly gonna step out of the console business. Oh no, there's like rumors about like Steam integration and stuff, right? Or was that PlayStation? I forget. Oh, alright. Xbox suck and Xbox blow. Underneath the whisper was a note of relief. By the way, Jack, will you be returning to the Tower of London tomorrow? Xbox -1.
ああ、そうだな。
I will. I'll go back.
でも戻ったらあなたは
But if you go back, you'll... You know what? I started it. Carry on. Have you used your no fun card? Or is it too important to use on Jack? I couldn't say it. I couldn't. And I didn't want to. The very thought of his execution, the word, even, and its utterance would no doubt result in me losing what composure I had left.
言っちゃダメよ。だって
You can't go back. If you do, you'll... If I couldn't say it, then the one thing left to do was plead with him. With a gentle air, he approached again to stroke my hair.
お前、なんでそんな辛そうな顔してるんだ。
Look at you. Why'd you look so sad? Steam integration would be huge, but also so confusing.
当然じゃない。だってずっと会いたかったのに、やっと会えたと思ったらすぐにこんなのって。
What a thing to ask. I wanted to see you since we parted, and when that miracle came to be, it's only to bid you to... This isn't fair. The next Xbox is more than likely just gonna be a gaming PC because Steam was shown internally in presentations. Then what's the point in making a console at that point? I don't know. Xbox Another Box, the LA Xbox Murder Console. When Jack looked at me, I wondered how someone with such a past had maintained clarity in his eyes. For all they had seen, they remained unblackened. I'm waiting for something dire. PC 360. You've been so courageous when coming to save me. I can tell him to just stop fucking around, because I know he wants off this route too. Fucking around is funny though. I wanted to save him too. I would have given anything to save him. Why was I allowed to? I mean, consoles are already just mid to high range PCs. Now, Jackie has been very patient for Lupin's route. And this burn is so fucking slow the fire has run its course.
俺が逃げてきたのは刑を逃れるためじゃない。
Emily, well, I didn't flee the tower to escape my crimes. It wasn't the first time Jack said this. The hand he placed on my arm, with a light squeeze, seemed to serve as some gentle reminder. But Because it would be a brilliant marketing blow to regular consoles when the Xbox Next Gen is just a resurgence of the Steam machines, just carried by Microsoft and Steam's partnership and money. Like, yeah, to be fair, if they did do that, I would consider buying an Xbox. I have not considered buying an Xbox in the past. Mostly just in case my laptop goes to shit. Come on now, don't cry. Your butler tried to shoot me and then we just kind of broke out. I don't know what that was about, honestly. Don't! Am I supposed to laugh? When you're... I was gonna yell and cry until my tears stopped me. But something else had stopped me first. Oh my god, Kiss CG! I always forget that he has his nails... They're either so dirty that they're black or they're painted. But he just got out of the bath, so I'm assuming he paints his nails black. It was a warm and unknown sensation. Whatever words I had for him had been completely stolen away. To think a kiss would feel so kind. Theoretically, $800 is a rumor. It would crush the low-end entry-level pre-built gaming PCs. The moment was hushed, so shy and far too brief. I'm not taking this shit seriously. He looks like a ghoul. Stop fucking the ghoul. He looks like Kaneki Ken. So yeah, he does look like a ghoul. There we go with the KK Slider music again. I'd been completely swept away by the moment. His lips weren't those described of a fairy tale princess. The texture was cracked and dry, and they weren't particularly full either. But they were Jack's, which made them more attractive to me. In that room with him alone in that? Wait, Pendleton rings bell, sees him. They gave me a sadness and pain, a burden to others, but a heavenly force to me. If it could keep me as close to him as I was now, I would gladly be crushed by the weight of everything he'd long been forced to carry on his own. After some time, Jack withdrew from me. What you're telling me, Ellie, is you've been secretly playing the Dead by Daylight test server this whole time? Yeah, this is the next update. Y'all saw that one dating sim game of Dead by Daylight that they did, right? This is the next step. Are you angry with me? No. A bit startled, but not angry. That's so. That's good then. We kept close, and though I reassured him, he didn't appear particularly proud of himself. May I ask why? She's gonna kiss Freddy Fazbear and get pregnant with his Faz babies. I hate that word. Faz babies. Well, you see, if I wanted to tell you the truth, I'm in love with you. I'm surprised Scott Cawthon hasn't done like a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's, but they're all babies thing yet. This might be the last time I've got to spend with you, so I wanted to chance it. I'm sorry. He did? What? Why are you apologizing? It's called Fanatic. Well, that's just chibi art style. That's not they are babies. There's a difference between baby and just chibi. Why wouldn't I? When the right mind would want me to fall in love with him. I'm talking about the Monocubs Linux. It's basically the fucking same. No, it ain't. Don't think like that. I'd rather you not say such things. Not when I'm overjoyed to know you love me. Oh. FNAF World is so underrated in my opinion. Nobody cares about that game. Do you understand? Want them to have diapers? No? I'm just saying, like Freddy Fazbear. Okay, maybe maybe that's why they haven't done babies. Like, specifically babies. I was gonna be like, Freddy Fazbear has a child, but then I'm like, wait, no. Freddy is technically a child, isn't he? Because, like, the thing possessing him is, like, the dead spirit of a child. Never mind. Can we move on from Five Nights at Freddy's, actually? Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Jack returned with a bashful smile, which I've never seen from him before. I never wanted to forget it. I'd like to scoop you up in my arms and disappear. Just the two of us. Are you gonna kidnap me? That's kinda hot. Oh, I'd like that. That would be wonderful. Bro! I was kidding, Emily! I nodded just slightly, hopefully, as if something that weren't altogether impossible. How lovely life would be if we could run to a place where tomorrow would never come.
楽しいだろうな。
We'd certainly enjoy ourselves. Lots of places I ain't ever been to in London.
ところがあるんだ。行ってみたいところもある。
There are places I'd like to visit with you too. Rural villages to the north and the like. Which brings me to ask, is that of the Cotswolds? What? God, this has an epilogue too. Yep. Get me out. He pointed to a painting on the wall. Why, yes. It's absolutely beautiful in person. I grew up in there. Why is this one so much longer? Because it's an unlockable route. Did you? You're a country girl then, are you?
田舎育ちなんだ。
You could say that. By my house was this little pond full of ducks. And rabbits ran across the hills, and in the spring, fields of rapeseed that were golden yellow swayed with the wind. I also noticed a deer get stuck in like an animal trap, and then I got stuck in the animal trap. And this guy with a weird bandage on his face saved me. That was kind of fucked up. Really? Sounds almost too good to be real. Save us, Marple. Come shorten this route. We should have both been too exhausted for conversation. I don't know how long we reminisced and shared stories, but before I finally closed my eyes, I had the distinct feeling the sky had become light. Man, I can't stand Jack. Birds twittered their usual song with the sun. I don't hate this route or anything, it's just baffling me how long it is. Yeah, like, it's a lot better than Watson's route. That's what I'm gonna say. But that's like, oh wow, you did better than, you did the bare minimum. Emily, you've gone to sleep. How's the serial killer guy so boring? And he doesn't even like get like yandere for her or anything. I was expecting him to like be yandere and like have some endings where he's like, oh, I want you so bad. I gotta kill you to have you all to myself. But no. Well, I guess you had to sleep at some point after all that happened. Yeah, I just mostly feeling indifferent with Jack. What is the damn point if he's not even a yandere? Well, I wish I could stay here and watch you sleep on Vice forever if I could. They did the bare minimum. They should have done less. But a promise is a promise. Inspector's place is trusting me. I should live up to it. I don't think Jack... Yep, he's just some gloomy guy who wants to be a cop. Jack, I hope you never become a policeman. Because I feel like you should have a criminal record. So I'm hoping in the epilogue it's not like, somehow Jack became a policeman, even though he has a criminal record of murdering people. Let's just make goodbye then. I'm going to turn myself in. I'm unwilling to go that far, and I feel like you're projecting a bit here. Much like your insistence of there being an NTR route. Thank you, Emily. He will be a cop. After caressing her hair one last time, Jack stood from the edge of her bed. In silent prayer, he hoped that whatever blissful dream she was having would last long enough that perhaps even his final judgment will have commenced by the time she next opened her eyes. The thought was disrupted by a polite knocking at the door. He answered only loud enough for the person on the other side to hear. How the fuck she's sleeping when the sun's blaring in here? Completely non-alert. Why is she so easy to kill? Oh, if you want Emily, she's asleep. Good morning, Jack. If you finished talking with her, then I should like to discuss something rather important with you. You stayed in here? All night? Important? With me? Pendleton let that slide? Yeah, what? Pendleton is so inconsistent.
部屋を変えましょう。
Indeed. Come with me to another room. We'd risk disturbing her sleep were we to speak in here. Pendleton, you're slipping here. Yeah, you just let a serial killer sleep with her all night. Okay. Alright. That night marked an abrupt end to the scandalous headlines that wrapped the public in fear for so long. Oh, I feel like there's a lot more. Hold on. Jesus, this April Fool's cookie is fucked up looking. I don't know which one this is. Let me look. 64. We still got 40 fucking percent left. Okay, how many CGs do the epilogues get? 4. We still have one more CG. Let me double check. Yeah, 4. Looks like they're all 4 CGs for epilogues. Yeah, 4. He still got a scene with a CG. I think there's still a bit. No. We are switching. I can't take this. Fuck you, keep going. No, I can't be that much longer. There's 5 more CGs. It's at 64%. I'm gonna be sitting here for like 5 hours playing this. Yeah, but those are it's 1 CG. We just got a CG. It's gonna be like another hour. Oh my god. Yeah, also I wanted to ask chat, like, do you guys want me to switch to Umineko? Or do you want me to switch to... Okay, never. I'm referring to a video. There seems to be 20 minutes left of his route, which would be like 40 for me. I guess I can... Dissidents will be dealt with. Yeah, switch. Crying, he's great and horrendous looking. Okay, we'll keep going. Seems like there's just 20 minutes left. Let me out. We still got the epilogue to deal with, though. That night marked an abrupt end to the scandalous headlines that wrapped the public in fear for so long. I'll put this in emo-only mode if I have to. You will be alone with your thoughts. The boy witnessed to Bradley's last moments. The whereabouts of the body remained unknown, no matter how diligently the police scoured the area. I want to get out of Mr. Ghoul's wild ride. And indeed, not a single paper had reported his death. The legend of Jack the Ripper was the first one of fear, then, as time passed, one of curiosity, as all unknowns are bound to become. Then, as even more time had passed, merely one of many in history's pages. Or like mild. Due to lack of evidence, Jack Miller's execution was stayed. What was the other game you maybe wanted to switch to? Instead of Umineko, well, we're still doing Umineko, but I was wondering if you guys would want me to do iSomnium Files first and then Umineko, or Umineko and then iSomnium Files. So let me know if you have a preference. But he was still to be locked within the Tower of London. He had been charged with numerous other offenses beyond the dismissal of the Ripper murders, and those had yet to be fully investigated. Well, all the Umineko people are here. So I guess we'll do Umineko then. Umineko first. Okay. And we'd be starting answer arcs today. Yippee! Yeah! My lady, you're gonna be late for school. So I don't have to leave and come back. True. Yes, I know. You become quite the celebrated person in London after your display of heroism. I'm fine with either. I guess I got shafted more times than Uminako. I urge you to be more wary of danger lurking around the corner at all hours. Surely you see my concern. Of course I do. No, I'm ready to go. Very well. I departed the mansion. We knew the worst was behind us, but Pendleton, ever the worrier, had almost grown accustomed to warning me whenever the opportunity presented itself. Jack, I wonder if the tower's treating you better. I want to see you again, but I couldn't fault Pendleton for being so cautious. Jack and Bradley were both part of something much bigger than any of us, and that something bigger was now plenty aware of me. So, let them know me, I resolved. I could be a target of theirs, but I would never let fear of that stop me from pursuing my goals. Dear Emily, the tower ain't so bad. Why get 2 Mias now? They're still with me. That's life. Days passed. Holmes and Watson were drowning in work. Clients seemed to approach them with this and that, with something or other. Marple always alighted upon engaging in a friendly chat with me, but her chats were supplemented with tea and sweets. I found myself increasingly concerned for my figure. I had my own affairs to attend to. My free moments soon were costly, a change which I found pleasing, for my time became split between my detective studies and establishing the school. Yeah, keep eating that shit. Yeah, get fatter. Marple, probably. My frequent visits to the East End were made possible by Pendleton serving as my bodyguard each time. If only doing so didn't restrict his own work, I could see my investment had started to become a little tiring for him. What's brought this on, my lady? Huh? Oh, nothing in particular. Then please, concentrate on your work. I'm only neglecting my itinerary for the sake of yours. You're right. I know better than that. I wanted so dearly for there to be a school. What effort could be put into that end was not spared by neither myself nor Pendleton. It was unfortunate that the public greeted these efforts with limited enthusiasm. The East End saw their children as a valuable source of labor, I'd come to learn. What value would there be, stuffing their noses in books, when there was work to be done? I was not discouraged. In fact, this reception was precisely what my school was ready to change. If I could show them the joy and importance of education, then I would proudly wear their criticisms as battle scars in a war well fought. New Final Fantasy XIV music is pretty good. Ooh. I don't even gotta play it to hear it. As routine settled in, however, Pendleton approached me with a modest adjustment. My lady, if you don't take issue, I would like to assign someone else as your bodyguard during your trips to the East End. What? You won't be coming with me? Is it gonna... Jack? Okay, it can't be Watson, he's busy. My schedule's allowed, why, I'd very much like to continue escorting you. But there is paperwork to be done, accounting to account for, and teachers to recruit for your school, which I confess requires a large bulk of my attention. Is it not possible to hire someone to do that in your place? I did consider that possibility, and I found a very suitable candidate to be your bodyguard first. His manners are a bit lacking, but his strength would greatly favor you. Okay, so it's Jack. I brought to mind that we could benefit from having a footman amongst our staff as well, so with your approval, I may hire him. Will you allow it? I don't really see any reason to object. When will he start? I happened to call him here today. What? Today? Allow me, permit me to introduce you. Come in. A footman. Can we have a guy with normal kinks, Pendleton? And so I became lost for words. I don't believe it. I couldn't. Yo, you should be putting on the maid outfit actually, but you're not about to show me this gold dress. Alright, that's fine. Put on the maid outfit, Jack. Still, he could and was. There he stood, his back straight, his face pale but not sickly, and his silver hair groomed handsomely. Why isn't he in jail? They let him go. Good day, my lady. My name is Jack, and I'll be working here from today. You're... Why? Why indeed? I nearly cried at the sight of him, but I fought back and struggled to steady my voice before control was lost. This route taking too fucking long would have been worth it if he was in a maid outfit instead, right? I regret to answer for the present, but I'll be doing my utmost to serve you till I'm able and beyond. Pendleton, you're really putting this relationship in an unhealthy dynamic. Yeah, now we got like fucking power struggle. Me dating my servant. It would be my pleasure to do so. I ran forward and threw my arms around him. I won't hear that from you, maid freak. Jack did not reciprocate, a point of professionalism, then of rejection. He displayed an exquisite courtesy when removing my hands so as not to offend me. No! I am but a loyal butler in your employ, my lady. I should not behave in any manner that would be perceived as improper. Oh my god, Pendleton beat this guy's ass into shape. Now we're employee zoned. Despite this courteousness, I was a touch upset at first. It didn't take long for me to realize he was responding as Pendleton had instructed. This rules, actually. Oh my god! If you must. So, if I were to order you, you would do as loyal butlers do and behave improperly? Alright, Emily, you're making it weird. This could have been a bit too indulgent a thing to ask, but having already known the answer, indulgency triumphed over wisdom. I don't know how I feel about this. Yeah. That's all very well, but given that we're in polite company, I would prefer to wait till later. I mean, it's better than being a police officer, I guess. Oh, later it is then. At least he's talking normal. Lovely. We'll be off to the East End now. Alright, take care. I skipped out the door straight away. My smile was broad. Why any lighter? I may very well have floated off into the sky. Also, just to once again confirm, Emily's mansion is staffed with exclusively maids, and 2 psycho murderers. Well, maybe. As any respectable household should. True. I respect her for that. That sounds like an Elia mansion. That would be me. That would be me if I was rich. Jack didn't appear to be at the peak of health, but he followed behind with the butler's promptness. I'd be like that person that's like drinking like wine and like my maid is like, I poisoned one of the glasses with poison, and then I drink my glass and I'm like, well, with how this is turning out, I sure hope it's my glass. It's not a maybe. The game has said the only butler is Pendleton. Well, I mean the crazy murderer thing. Not that there's only 2 butlers. I mean, he does seem very experienced. Jack didn't appear to be at the peak of health, but he followed behind with a butler's promptness. A wise bunny once told me that maids are the ultimate life form. So true. I concluded that the lack of evidence in the Ripper case had extended to his other charges and gained him freedom. It could have also been that more misunderstandings with his involvement arose. Oh, what did it matter? They are both definitely crazy murderers. He executed an entire brig full of prisoners. Dreams do come true. Knowing Jack was with me, that I could see him again, brought me a joy the likes of words cannot describe. Pendleton canonically has minimum 2 guns on him. I still like the headcanon of him wearing like a garter belt under his pants with like a ring of knives on them. As any good servant should. Well, that ought to cheer me up a bit. I'll be certain to make very good use of that boy, whatever her needs may be. Finally, she's out of the house. Now I can watch Price is Right reruns and do crosswords. The morning Jack intended to surrender himself to the police had been a peculiar one in several ways.
Jack, あなたは本来なら死刑に処されるほどの重い罪を犯してきました。
Jack, were the law to have its way, your crimes would earn you the death penalty.
ですが、今後のあなたが罪を改心し、あらゆる悪意や殺意からお嬢様を守るために、その秀でた力を貸すというなら。
But, that as it may, if you swear to reform as well as lend us your talents for the sake of protecting Lady Whiteley from harm and evil. I got rapid fire 2 CGs there. Maybe the epilogue is shorter. Wishful thinking. We are not doing the epilogue today. And then I shall with respect use my authority as one who works for the police and foreign offices, secret intelligence service, to permit you to be by her side. What legal authority do you have to do this? Oh, I guess the what? Secret intelligence service? When were you part of the Foreign Office Secret Intelligence Service? Huh? Hi there, Thunder Dude! Bunny! Thunder! I guess that's why he's so experienced. Fucking part of the FBI? Wait, who the hell are you? That will be a question answered at another time, in the true route. What must be addressed now is your life sentence. As far as the world is concerned, the noose has long taken you. What the hell? Sure. Imagine missing this bombshell and instead choosing willingly, I might add, to listen to Battler farting and pooping. Oh my god. As your luck would have it, I have went for a dead man. You would protect Lady Whiteley from the shadows. Support her every need. Even if it costs you your life. Why is that so fucking funny?
あんたは心配じゃないのか。もし俺みたいな男があいつのそばにいたら、そのうち。
And that don't worry you. Suppose Emily has a voice like mine flittering about her. What if one day...
失礼を承知で申し上げますが、あなたがお嬢様に好意を抱いていることは薄々感じていました。
Forgive my directness, but I have suspected for some time that you have feelings for Lady Whiteley.
もし年頃のお嬢様が
This is the most definitive she is your problem now of every route. Also, at least he's not dressed like fucking Willy Wonka and doing a real job. At her age, I would not falter if she were to develop a similar fondness for you. Yeah, we already made out.
この伝統あるホワイトリー家の唯一の生き残り。この家を継ぎ、じきに当主となられる方です。
However, she is the sole living member of House Whiteley, and as such, she has a duty to inherit the family name and become its head. So what? Are we just fucking Wuthering Heights now? Is fucking Jack Heath?
無論、この先時代が進めば、もっと自由に人と人は愛し合い、人生を謳歌できる日がやってくるかもしれません。
I will not dismiss the possibility of our social structure changing. There may be a future where one can love and marry regardless of class.
いかに革新の時代といっても、
I will not have someone marry into House Whiteley and be a purse carrier, Jack.
そう簡単ではありません。
But that would be best left to another in our age of revolution. House Whiteley is an esteemed family, and it would take more than that to throw away tradition in a single generation.
もし彼女がこの先良き家柄の男性と結ばれ結婚することになっても
Which brings me to a final condition. When the time comes for her to wed a man of noble parentage,
あなたは個人の行為を押し殺し影から彼女を見守り続けると約束できますか？
you will suppress your love and continue to aid her quietly. Will you swear to it? As you may state, Jack, that as her non-biological caretaker, I do not have that authority. 16 years, Jack Miller. I have had to baby-proof this house for 16 years. And you plan to use me down to me or not to protect her?
わかりました。
Are you hiring someone that's in love with her? I understand. And swear to it. Well, it dies otherwise, I guess. Yeah.
誇り高きホワイトリー家当主に生涯忠誠を尽くすことをお約束します。
I pledge me unwavering loyalty to the heir of the Honorable House Whiteley, Emily Whiteley, and I shall serve her till I breathe my last.
ありがとう、ジャック。それではあなたも
This
今
ending
から我
sucks.
々と同じくこの家を守るものです。
I thank you, Jack. Then from this moment on, you are one of us, a guardian of this household. Should have died in an explosion or something.
ヘンデルトンさん、
Pendleton,
あな
I've
た
long
と
thought you carried the scent of a similar kind to me. I might just known
その
why.
理由がやっとわか
I'm
る
a slut for the hyper-competent butler side character trope. I don't know what to tell you.
そうですか。まあお嬢様は破天荒な方ですから。
Have you? Regardless, Lady Whiteley has a taste for the unprecedented. I doubt her nature will change with you.
寛大な心で
Still, stand by her.
末永く
With all your heart and
お使いいただけるよ
soul.
うお願いいたします。
You can't fuck her though, or I will murder you and throw you out onto the streets.
わかりました。
I will.
でもこれは
But I want to make clear that I do not agree for lack of better alternatives.
自分
Well, I
自身が
chose this
決めたこ
for
とです。
my own sake. Oh,
それ
okay.
を忘れないでください。
Is this the NTR?
何にしても
I think it is.
お嬢様の笑顔が
It
戻って
pleases me to see her smile come back. In the epilogue, is she gonna have a husband and she's like fucking Jack on the side?
本当の戦いは
After all, the real battle is only just beginning. Now, I have a friend who's a slut for the NTR trope, despite not admitting it, so I can't judge you. Oi! A knock on the door distracted me. It wasn't any of the maids. It certainly could not have been Pendleton. It had the awkward texture of one unsure of how to do it with the elegant, with oh my god, I can't fucking read. It was it had the awkward texture of one unsure of how to do it with elegance.
はい。
Yes? Penton, why the fuck you saying ominous shit like that? The prophecy! What do you mean texture of door knocking?
今は大丈夫か？
Can I come in?
ええ。ペンデルトンも今日は休むって言ってたから。
Oh, they fucking when fucking Pendleton goes to sleep, huh? What has you upset, Elio? I opened it on my side first. Emily, I'm like vaguely interested in how this plot thread is going to end. Please be normal.
話が聞きたいわ。
I have so much I want to ask you, Jack. Like what your favorite things are.
結局
You never did tell me in your letters. More like opium. No, I don't think I did.
少しだ。
Alright, don't see the harm in telling you little. You turned to me in a clumsy, resigned smile. Like long walks on the beaches and strawberries and peaches. But his eyes were softer in spirit than I had ever seen them. No longer did I have reason to fear tomorrow. I could talk to Jack about ourselves, the past, the present, and even our futures, and he would still be there. The long nights were once a source of unease for me. But he, born in its cradle, made the night feel peaceful. The glow of a midnight lamp was all we had for light, yet I was comforted. I smiled at Jack. And when he entered, I delightedly closed the door behind me. A letter Jack wrote to me that's to be kept between us, from hell to heaven. The door to a new story, her secret ring, has been opened in the extra. Is this fucking NTR for real? He gives her a secret ring because he's like her secret lover. Jack's interests: dirt, water, stuff that doesn't smell like a dead rat, life inside a dude, dirt, beef, beef eaters, being dead, water without any ice. Okay, so I'm genuinely curious why the fuck I've seen people talk well of Jack's route. Like this whole time I was like, oh, surely at the end there'll be something redeeming for me to understand why people like Jack's route the most. But no! Why does everyone have bad taste except for me? People also said, I also saw people say that they like Watson's route the most, and I'm like, huh? Okay, surely nothing will be that long. I mean, okay, hold on. The epilogue counts too. It could be something. Epilogue maybe? I guess so. Maybe they just got a butler kink. Yeah, I mean, I did see a lot of people leaving reviews that were like, why can't I date Pendleton? Because he's a parental figure? Maybe? The blind leading the blind. Oi. I think Akechi was a solid route. I'm based, and my tastes are always right. After all, it took an epilogue for us to really hate Watson. The epilogue has to be counted as part of the whole. I love how the Watson spoiler CG is from Jack's route. What the fuck, game? No, that was also in Jack's route. That was also in Watson's route, I mean. Because that was like when he came on his horse to like rescue her from Jack and his route. So Jack's route also had a reused CG. That's funny. Yeah, why are you showing me spoilers for Lupin's route? Come on. I get the feeling that Akechi will end up being the best one probably in the end. You never know. I've also seen a lot of people saying they like Lupin's route, but I mean, I guess we'll see. We shall see. I'm hoping that no. I'm sure Lupin's is gonna be full of weird toxic abuse and Elliot's gonna eat it up like a fucking dog he is. Cause at least one of the locked routes has to be good, no? Yeah. One of them's gotta be good. Hey, what Marple CG is that? That was the one that introduced her in the game. What was that? At the very start. This is glorp shit. Damn. Crying and sobbing. She had more CGs in the common route than in her route. She had the same amount, but at least that one just had her in it. It didn't have Pendleton in it, like in her route CG. Like, you can't be gay. We gotta put a man in here. I gotta put a man in here so you don't think about how gay it is. Why are you putting the Queen of England in the ending theme? She ain't that important. Well, LMAO even. LMFAO, I'd say. Stop spoiling me! Stop spoiling me! Stop it! Shield your eyes. Surely at the very least, I don't have to be around for Lupin's fucking route. I don't know. He is connected to Holmes. They have a very homosexual relationship. It's full of, tension. Secret route, the Queen. She's not a romance option. Just fucking skip it. Surely Big Sherlock won't be there. Homosexual? He 100% will be, yeah. Alright. I will shoot you twice this day. We're not doing the epilogue. The epilogues are too fucking long. The epilogues take up their own stream as they are. So, I'm gonna go on my BRB, and I am going to eat. Yes, that's fine, but we're out of the route, technically. Yeah, now we just got the epilogue. Let's hope it isn't that long. Alright. But yeah, I'm gonna eat, and then we will play Umineko Answer Arcs. So see y'all in a bit.